What's up, guys? So I know college has already started for the year for most of you guys, but like a couple of my family members are going to college this year and their college still hasn't started. And I started thinking about college and I have a lot of advice, so I thought I would share some college advice with you guys. Number one, do not go to college unless you know what you want to do. And you think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I will just tell you right now, unless you're going to, number two, get internships. A lot of internships, seriously do it. You're not going to like get a job right away out of college unless you're super, super lucky. If you get any sort of generic degree like marketing or business or math, unless you want to be a teacher, in which case you got to go get a teaching credential. You know what I mean? Just make sure you know what you want and you're willing to go get your internship for what you want so that you can succeed. Number three, learn about test banks. Now, I'm not saying this to tell you to cheat, but I'm saying this is like if you're bad at testing or if you have a class that's very difficult, sometimes there will be test banks in the library. My college had test banks in the library that you could use to take tests, and it was amazing. And one of my classes, the teacher was not very bright because like the test bank was in the library and all the students were using it to like practice stuff, and then she put those questions on the test, but she thought that her tests were super, super hard. So at some point she was like, why is everybody so smart? And I was just thinking like, nobody tell her or I will kill them. Number four, make sure you go to every single event that might have food. Do not skimp out on those like guest speakers that come and try to encourage you to go to pharmacology school, or the ones that come and try to encourage you to use condoms. Like, go to every single event because most of the time there's food. If there's not food, go ahead and leave. Just quietly leave. Do not be disruptive. Do not be rude to the person speaking, but just like gently kind of leave yourself out. But for the most part, most of the events I went to had pizza. You know what's great about pizza? It's good cold. You can stick it in like a windowsill if it's cold outside at night. Keep it cool. Pick the cheese so that it doesn't go bad, of course. Number five, go to ratemyprofessors.com. I am not kidding. I have signed up for way too many classes to know that you need to do this. Do it before you sign up for classes. It will allow you to look at how other people have rated your professors. I had a professor of English who spent every single class playing a ukulele and singing, but then would give us freaking hard tests. You don't want those professors, you guys. I also had a professor of biology who thought we were doctoral candidates, and we actually created a nationally like prized science experiment that I don't even know how it worked, but we were doing all the hard work for it and she got all the credit for it. This was in my bachelor's degree. We should not have been doing those kinds of projects. We had to be in labs so many hours, and let me tell you, I can now eat food and dissect things, no problem. Wear the bloody lanyard around your bloody neck. Do you know the number of times that I had friends that got locked out of their rooms? If you cannot handle keeping your keys safe, wear the lanyard. Yes, it looks stupid. Yes, you will be labeled as a nerd, but you know what? It's better than having to pay $5 every time you lose your stupid lanyard. Find a friend who can pick locks because you're gonna need them, or you're gonna need a lot of money to get yourself some new keys. Number seven, find out which teachers like student interactions and visit those teachers. If you have a class where there's a teacher who likes students to go to their offices and like make appointments and all of that jazz, just do it. You will probably get a whole letter grade higher than if you don't, just by going. I have done this so many times. I had a professor that would give you an A on your assignment just by going up there and having him review the assignment with him. So like I would take my papers up to him, he would go through them and be like, yes, 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 whatever, you know, or like change this or whatever it was. And then I wouldn't change anything and I would get an A every single time. But if I didn't take him the paper, the same exact paper, and I just took it to class and submitted it, I get like a D. It was the most skewed system ever. He'd been there a really long time, so they weren't gonna fire him, so. Don't eat in biology or chemistry labs. Not a great plan. When the teacher says do not eat in these labs, do not eat in these labs. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Also, probably you don't want to eat before or after those labs either. You're going to be dealing with a lot of weird things, especially microbiology, like you might die. Number nine, take notes, not pictures. I know there's a temptation to just like take pictures with your phone of like the boards. Don't do it. Just write down the really important information. If the teacher's going really fast and you need to get something quickly, take that picture, but like write stuff down. You're gonna learn better if you write stuff down. Trust me, you do not know the number of times I took pictures of stuff and then ended up having to later like ask friends, be like, what on earth is this of? Because you don't have all the information, and writing stuff down cements it in your brain. Number 10, never be beyond crying. If it works on a police officer, it's probably gonna work on a professor. If you need to, just cry. Trust me, I had a teacher who gave me tests, I got bad grades on them, she called me to her office, and she said, what's going on? And I said, I work like 2 jobs and I'm doing like 30 credits of school, which is not an astronomical amount of school. Why did they even let me do this? I don't know. And I'm also on my own financially. And I just started crying, which honestly I was not in a cry mood. I was really just crying because I wanted to leave her office, which I know is not great. But she like got rid of 2 of my bad grades just from like a sob story and a little cry. Like, it might work if you come down to the last straw, you guys. And a bonus tip, just for fun, call your teacher's professor and say it with like an English accent, like professor. And then you'll feel like you're in Harry Potter, and it'll make school even more fun, even though it's not fun. I don't know. That was just, I always like to be like, oh, my professors. That was a bad English accent. I'm sorry if you're from England. Let me try again. Okay, ready? Professor. Professor? Professor. I don't know. I don't think I can talk. Let me see. My name is Hermione Granger. Professor. Professor. Okay, maybe don't say it in an English accent. I know I'm offending a whole country. I really like English accents a lot. I'm just horrible at them. But for reals, it really will automatically just make your day better if you're just thinking Harry Potter all day. Like, how could it not, you know? Anyways, those were 10 tips for going to college. If you guys liked this video, it'd be awesome if you liked it down below. You can also subscribe by clicking right here. You can visit my website over here. You can watch another video here or another video over here. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!